everybody. A welcome in or a welcome back. Excuse my voice, I have a frog stuck in it. Let's dive into the situation where some people can't seem to comprehend the concept of a simple divorce. Seriously, what happened to just hiring a lawyer, splitting the assets, and moving on with your life? Why is the default for some of these guys immediate, calculated murder? If you enjoy the content, please consider a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Maya, a 39-year-old mother of 3 from Chula Vista, California, who vanished without a trace on January 7th, 2021. And with that, let's get into it.
Saying, I'm about to lose it, I'm shaking inside, ready to snap.
Surprise, surprise. The last person to see her alive was her husband, Larry Millete. Spoiler alert, Larry knows exactly where Maya is, in my opinion. Yet, here we are, dissecting the absolute circus that is his legal process. Let's get into the timeline leading up to his preliminary hearing. By late 2020, the marriage was crumbling. Instead of going to marriage counseling or calling a divorce attorney, Larry decided to take a much more illogical route: magic. Yes, you heard me. From September 2020 until the day Maya vanished, Larry shelled out $1,154.05 to spellcasters. He was buying spells to make Maya stay in the marriage and to fall back in love with him. But when the magic inevitably failed, Larry's requests got darker. On December 16th, 2020, Larry took to the internet for some light reading. Did he search for how to win your wife back? Nah. According to court testimony, he searched for a variety of sedatives, including flunitrazepam and rohypnol. Excuse me if I'm mispronouncing those prescriptions, otherwise known as date rape drugs. He also searched for common over-the-counter meds to incapacitate adults, because nothing says I want to save my marriage quite like searching ways to drug your spouse. On January 7th, 2021, Maya was captured on surveillance footage arriving at her home. This is the last verified sighting of her. Earlier that day, at 4:40 p.m., Larry sent an email to his trusty spellcaster saying he was shaking inside and ready to snap because Maya was out of control. He begged the spellcaster to make her miserable without me. This was the very last spell he purchased regarding Maya. Funny how you stop needing spells the exact same day your wife magically disappears. We also know that Maya had secretly recorded an argument between them, which was played during Larry's preliminary hearing. In the audio, Larry is heard accusing her of an affair, complaining about her being out until 7 or 8 at night doing projects. The prosecution believes the marriage's breakdown was his motive.
And months before she vanished, she secretly recorded this.
That's enough for you to wish death on me all the time?
Oh, that's enough that that you gradually had an affair since December. And he probably, whenever he got hired or whatever, and you got close to him, oh, he's cute and all that stuff. You were probably the one that hired him. You interviewed
Seriously?
him. You interviewed him.
Every day you do this.
It was never
Every day
a thing.
you do this.
It's you always like, oh, it was a thing, but no, it was gradual. You guys, he was going for you already. He was going for you.
January 8th, 2021. This is where the timeline gets absolutely infuriating. On that morning, Larry's cell phone was miraculously turned off from 6:45 a.m. to around 6:30 p.m. His supervisor and relatives were trying to reach him all day, but Larry was completely off the grid. Surveillance footage from a neighbor's camera caught Larry's a black Lexus SUV leaving the family home at 6:45 a.m. and not returning until around 6 p.m. Oh, and let's not forget the details. He was seen packing drinks, snacks, and 2 whole coolers into that Lexus. Now this brings me to the massive, glaring question. With today's technology, how on earth did law enforcement not track his car on CCTV? How do we not know exactly what direction that Lexus went? The way they use CCTV in the UK is amazing. Over there, a car can't turn a corner without multiple cameras capturing the license plates, the driver's face, and where they are heading. But here in Chula Vista, we are apparently relying exclusively on the neighbor's security camera to figure out where a prime murder suspect went for 12 hours. It is absolutely mind-boggling. 9th, just 2 days after his wife vanished, Larry emailed his spellcaster again, but this time he wasn't asking to hex Maya. No, he asked to remove any hexes from Maya and transfer them to the man he suspected she was having an affair with. Priorities, right? This fool. Over the next a few months, Larry put on a pathetic public performance. On January 13th, he told a local media, "I love you, honey. Just come back home." He claimed he was very hopeful she would just turn up. Meanwhile, police were executing multiple search warrants on his home and seizing his firearms. Oh, and a fun fact about Larry: as a teenager in Hawaii, he was reportedly involved in a gang-related stabbing and charged with assault with a deadly weapon. A stand-up kind of guy. Finally, in October of 2021, Larry was arrested and charged with the first-degree murder of Maya Millete, despite her body and never being found. Let's fast forward to January of 2023, where we finally got the preliminary hearing to determine if Larry would stand trial. Over 10 grueling days of testimony, the prosecution laid out their circumstantial case. We learned about the spellcasters, the chilling internet searches for date rape drugs, the nearly 12-hour gap where his phone was off, and the fact that there was no evidence of a struggle in the home. We also found out there was unidentified DNA in the master bathroom that didn't belong to Larry or Amaya. Now, in my personal opinion, with today's day and age, with how far DNA has come, they can definitely take that DNA, put it into the family ancestors 23andMe, if that's the name, I'm not sure, and find out who that DNA belongs to. Am I wrong, or do they already know? And we will find out when the trial comes. Unsurprisingly, Judge Dwayne Mooring ruled that there was enough evidence for Larry to stand trial for murder. The judge specifically noted the marked contrast in Larry's behavior before and after Amaya vanished. Larry has continued to plead not guilty and play the innocent victim. Again, I have to ask, what happened to divorce? Instead of dividing assets and co-parenting, we have 3 children without their mother, a husband sitting behind bars, and a family desperately waiting for closure. And I do absolutely adore Amaya's sister and brother-in-law. We all know Larry knows exactly where he drove that Lexus SUV on January 8th. If only we had a decent CCTV infrastructure to prove it. Maybe they do know more, but you would honestly think that that would have come out in the preliminary hearing. And also, another thing that bothered me is that Amaya's son was with Larry that day on the outing. Something just feels like, I don't know. I do pray though for Maya, her kids, her family, that they find her someday.
Taken all steps to humiliate her, ruin her, and shame her, and that had failed. That afternoon, we have messages where he is...
Trust your gut. Watch out for the red flags. Everybody, have a good day or a good night. wherever you are in the world, and stay vigilant. I am out.